Curtis went off last night. J Love T.
Man, this is a guy from Bishop Verot High School who has uncommon speed. Uncommon. He is differently fast. And when he committed, I wrote it and said, I think he should play offense in this offense as opposed to playing defense. Now, you're going to have defenders with speed. I mean, if you think back into NFL history, you think like Darrell Green, who was running 4.28 at 40 years old. I mean, like literally, verifiably, like go look it up. I mean, sure, you're going to have defenders that you want to have guys with speed and everything, but like Malik Curtis on offense, he outruns the angle from fast guys, and he doesn't play like small time football. And you can see it last night. He outran the angle a couple of times on some dudes who were in front of him. You know what I mean? Like at 5'10", 185 pounds, yeah, he could play defense. I want to see that guy play offense, man. I just want to see him, offense. I just think that him with the ball in his hands. So if you add him and Rashard Smith and Xavier Restrepo, who's a freshman this year, those are your three interior guys who, have mismatches. They can outrun people. They can return kicks, all kinds of, those are your slash players on the inside. Man, speed kills. Like if you can't keep up with guys, they're going to be by you and they're going to be changing the score. And Malik Curtis is a Power 5 player, 100%. I really, really, really want to see him play offense here at Miami. But that's me.
Yeah, coaching can only do so much. Great coaches can scheme it up and they can, put a Band-Aid on it. And sometimes you'll watch a game and you'll know one team should break loose and should cut loose at some point. But the other coaching staff and the preparation is just so good that they hang in and hang in and hang in. But, there's a lot of things you just can't do anything about.
If you need me, you can get me.
Talking Miami football with Cam Underwood from State of the U each and every Saturday, typically, is when we get together. And, of course, we got a game week with UAB at Hard Rock next Thursday night. The Blazers have a game under their belts. Central Arkansas, 45-35 winner last night. We'll look into that here soon. Jake Garcia also made his senior debut as well last night.
Yeah, and that's a guy who Miami is still going after. Or there was, again, the conflicting or maybe misinterpreted or maybe intentionally duplicitous statement from some other outlets, that Garcia was not considering Miami anymore. I just don't think that John Lamb, what? Tell John Lamb I say what's up. Used to work with him at Miramar. Garcia's good, man. And him and Valdosta, I think they had a comeback win last night. Struggled a little bit in the first half and got it going in the second half, playing down there and everything. So obviously for Garcia, I think the move from California to Valdosta worked for him because he said he wanted to play high school football in the fall to go to college in January, wherever that is. I think it's still going to be Miami. I think it's still a slow play flip, for a variety of reasons. But I think that him being closer on the East Coast to Miami than in the West Coast next to or closer to USC, I think that works in our favor. Plus the fact, USC has Miller Moss, and who's a guy that Miami was looking at eventually, or in the past, I would say. But if they're very comfortable with Miller Moss, and it seems that they are, you're not really going to have two blue chip quarterbacks in a single class. And look, it's hard to have two consecutive quarterbacks of high caliber stick around. If you remember at Clemson, they had Hunter Johnson, who was the number one quarterback in America 4 years ago, and he came to Clemson. And then you get a generational player in Trevor Lawrence as number one quarterback or number two, depending if you with Justin Fields, whichever way you want to go with that. The next year, and then Hunter Johnson left. You get a quarterback every year, stack elite talent on top. But it's tough to get two in a row, let alone two in the same class. So, I don't think that Garcia is going to SC for that reason. I think eventually it's going to probably be Miami, but on the in between, he's still showcasing why he's an All-American kind of caliber player at the high school level. And to the question, should we feel comfortable with the ones versus the threes in the scrimmage? I wouldn't say comfortable, but you're still starting to see proof of concept, I want to say. And, the ones should do that to the threes. So if you're doing what you should be doing, then that's moving forward. Also, is Tate Martell still on the roster? Yes.
And he's number 3. He's maybe not even number 3.
Okay. From everything that we've heard, it's been N'Kosi Perry and Tyler Van Dyke as the 2 combatants really for that QB2 role. Notice Tate Martell's name was absent there, so you're talking 4, more likely than not. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Well, certainly Van Dyke comes in highly touted, and based on my observations of Tate Martell throwing the ball, sure, he's a capable runner, more than a capable runner.
Mm-hmm.
He's almost an elite runner, if not, both at Ohio State in spring games, and then also just the glimpse here and there. I'm just talking about the ball coming out of his hands as a thrower. It's not pretty.
Right. It obviously in high school was effective, so functional reform, but sometimes, there is that. So we'll see what happens in terms of that, but I don't think that he's going to be the backup or third string. I mean, it doesn't seem to me. And I saw somebody ask me, I don't forget if it was in the chat or if it was on Twitter, maybe is there going to come a time when the coaching staff talks to Tate Martell about, hey, maybe wide receiver or something else is a better fit? That time was last year, guys. Remember, he went to wide receiver and everything, and they literally had that conversation already. And then he obviously went back to quarterback and said, this is what I want to do. Hey, cool, but let's not say that the coaching staff didn't do what they needed to do or what we think that they should have done by having that conversation with Tate Martell. They already did that.